Zhong Ho-chan, the 46-year-old, high as a kite, on amphetamines and drunk as a skunk, decided today would be a fine old day for me to go and climb inside the lion's lair and preach the Bible. I'm guessing somewhere in his drugged-up, drunken state, he must have remembered some point in the Bible where 2 lions and a boat were mentioned. Or likely, it will be his mental health, or a mixture of both, or all. He was hearing voices, that much is known. With the power of Christ, half a bottle of scotch, and Hitler's secret stash of amphetamines, Zong scaled the fence that was designed to keep lions in and idiots like him out, and he found a large rock to stand on.
I saw and someone jumped into the dance. I said, this is amazing.
This beeth a fine platform for me to preach, he thought to himself.
Believing he can spread the Lord's word, him in that cage with these 2 massive animals, he proceeds to try and preach.
With the preaching being in session, Zhang thought, well, as far as speeches go, I do have myself a good one right here, if I do say so myself. He thought that the lions were listening in eagerly, fully capable of comprehending every word that came out of his wise mouth. The lions thought, early dinner?
They have these huge canines that they stab their prey with and easily penetrate through thick hide. They can even take down an elephant.
Things were on his side that day. One of them being that they'd just been fed, and secondly, if you jump around and act big with most animals, not everyone obviously, but with quite a few, they'll see this as intimidating and they'll be wondering, hey, what's this guy got? Has he got an extra set of claws somewhere hiding? I can't see it. Maybe he's going to pull it out his ass.
There's many cases where small animals best bigger animals, be it for self-defense, defending their offspring, or just sometimes as if they're just playing.
At first, it looks as though they might be taking an interest, but as you'll see, their interest is soon lost. Derek, will you get this idiot out of our enclosure? Seems to be the look that the female lioness gives to the lion. So the lion does what all men do in this situation. He gently goes up to Zhong and says, "Fuck off, please." Zhong seems to have taken notice of this, and he flinches back.
Now, I don't proclaim to be any type of expert in animal-to-human communication. However, it does seem to me that Zhang seemed to have taken at least a mental note of his gesture.
Undeterred and trying to compose himself for his second speech, he figures this is just a test of his strength in religion and his strength of faith, so he goes in for a second speech, all the while sounding like a character from Mortal Kombat. And though not strictly a Chinese, he was about to get served up as one. Although, not surprisingly, they're not interested in hearing another word from him. Zhong has had his time, and they didn't take note of a word that he said. Now, there are only 3 ways that they were going to get Zhong out. One of them being in one piece, secondly being in pieces in a body bag, and thirdly being in the lion's fecal matter. They opted for this first one.
I was a bit shocked. We were all appalled as to why someone would jump in there. Everyone was nervous, because anything could happen at any time.
How to carry this out? There was a bit of debate. They had the fire brigade there at the ready with hoses so they could spray them down with water. As you know, most cats don't like water. Problem was, what were they going to do with Zhang? The procedure to subdue lions in a circumstance like this was known. However, they didn't know how much tranquilizer to administer to an idiot in a situation like this. It's all very well if you tranquilize the lions, but then with his Zhong, crazed as he was, what harm could he do to the lions? And with the water hoses at the ready, they were ready to aim and fire at whichever animal posed a threat.
I was on drugs and drinking excessively every day. And if you ask me what I was thinking, I would say I was thinking things that weren't realistic. I didn't know what I was thinking.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if you could hit that subscribe button, like, and turn on all notifications.